Welcome to the Simon Mathers podcast. Well, it's Saturday the 31st, and I thought I would send out a podcast rather than a video on today's subject matter relating to our political position in the UK. I am stunned beyond belief when I hear the BBC this morning and Sky News still talking about the wrong issues, to be quite honest with you. You know, what's taking up headlines is this issue where somebody has been dismissed in the Chancellor of the Exchequer's department by Boris Johnson or Dominic Cummings for someone who's not been suitable in the role. And and the fact that Sajid who's the Chancellor, is very upset about it and has had a confrontation with Boris. I mean, this is absolute. Look, the sacking, I'm sure, is true, and I'm sure the reasons were very good reasons. And I don't know why we, in the general public, need to be made aware of this as the headline news. To be quite honest with you, what to me the headline news should be, which I see has got a few paragraphs in the Telegraph, is the fact that it's coming out of the EU through various very reliable sources that the EU is now prepared to delay the end of October as the deadline. Now that's significant, and that says to me that people now in the EU are very worried about the fact that we could leave without a deal, and therefore are going to do whatever they can to give us more time to get a deal on the table. I think that shows the signs of the cracks appearing on the other side. It also makes my point about negotiations, which I've been making for the last year and a half. So that's where the headline of the attention should be, in my view, not on all this other nonsense and squabbling. The other thing which is being taken up is all these demonstrations that are being taken up around the country, where politicians are mustering support to have these walks everywhere, demonstrations, closing off roads, etc., demonstrating against the fact that Boris Johnson has called this suspension of Parliament. Now, I mean, he's done it legally, and he's done it for everyone's benefit in the country. And these politicians that are claiming about democratic rights, these are the politicians that didn't want to leave in the first place. These are the politicians, when they talk about democratic rights and democracy, have not actually led or the position of going forward with their constituents and making it work effectively in Parliament. Parliament have had nearly 3 years and have failed, and they've failed generally because of these politicians that are now holding up placards and making stupid statements about democracy being taken away. Utter rubbish. Let me say, and I can see it now, I can compare it with business. There are times in business when, yes, consensus with people in the group, in the board, has to happen to get the business to go forward and be successful. But there are also times when the boss has got to make decisions on behalf of everybody because it's the only way to bolster a business and go forward. And this is the same with the country. The country has gone through years and years of debate, discussion, regurgitated debate and discussion, and have got nowhere with it. And therefore, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, has had to take an appropriate action within the law to push things along. And that's all he's doing. And one's got to admire the fact that he's had the guts to do it, unlike any previous prime ministers. But I do think that we have a responsibility, and the responsibility of the press and the media and the BBC to report accurately in a balanced format is what's important here. Instead, we're focusing on trivial things like emotional targets, like because somebody has been dismissed, is it unfair or is it? We don't know all we know is someone has been booted out of 10 Downing Street for not doing their job properly. And we're siding with the person who's been fired. And we don't even know all the facts. But we all agree that it must be Boris Johnson's fault, because he just flippantly fires people willy-nilly. No, he doesn't. Let him get on and do his job so he can make all our lives better going forward. That's all I've got to say. All right. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.